Yo, what's up, guys? This is MEXchallenger here, ready for another episode. Second team, the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, they have the second pick overall, and I believe that's it. Yeah. Well, I'm talking about the first round specifically. They have the second pick overall. Now, a lot of rumors are going around. Obviously, this is gonna be the next. This is gonna be 2 years from now. But they're possibly gonna, well, this year including, they're gonna go after possibly DeMar DeRozan. Great shooting guard, plays for Toronto, or possibly played for Toronto. Great player. Kobe Bryant's retired. Great player. Lot of respect. But he's gone. He's out of the equation now. And they're going to try to get DeMar DeRozan. Supposedly they might trade for Paul George. A lot of rumors. You know how it goes. For all you Laker fans, you know how it goes. It might offend you right now, but a lot of you say so much because it is LA. It is the Los Angeles Lakers. It is the multiple championship team, second most ever titles in the NBA behind Boston. It is Showtime Lakers. It is LA. Now, rumors will shift through there and New York no matter what, even though if it's impossible. Somehow, some way, people who support the Lakers will say whatever. So the rumors are possibly Paul George, DeMar DeRozan, and Westbrook. I think that's ridiculous. Possibly with the cap being expanded, possibly it is possible, but in my opinion, they need a lot. Like, they believe DAngelo Russell's and what's his name, Clarkson, are the next upcoming whatever. I don't know about all that, but for sure Clarkson's not bad, and DAngelo Russell, I don't care if you suck or you're good. Chemistry is everything, in my opinion, and DAngelo Russell does not have that. He has no team chemistry. He has already had problems, obviously, with a guy like Nick Young. Where is he? Right here, right? Swaggy P, right? Roy Hibbert. He was great watching a few years ago when he was on the Pacers, but he is not the same. Right. One guy I do like is Julius Randle on this squad. I think he could be a great player. I don't think he's gonna be the most dominant next power forward ever. I don't think all that, but I do think he could be a good quality player where if you need him to score, he would score for you. I could see him as 7 rebounds, 12 points a game. Good average player. I could see him as a great quality player. Problem is injuries. He had the same problems up in college. The LA still took him. He has problems now, but he's still a good quality player, right? That's your 4. Now, if you wanted the Lakers to pick up a backup forward or a backup 4, they could go after. They'd probably pick up one in the draft or in free agency. I can't think of any forwards right now. The only players I can honestly think of right now is Dwight Howard in the big man position. But obviously, you guys don't want him again. So, honestly, out of this whole entire roster, honestly, Julius Randle is probably the player that's going to be here, because anything can honestly happen. Nick Young could be out of there because they're always referring to him possibly getting traded. Larry Nance Jr., not that bad of a player. He could back up Julius Randle consistently. So there you go. Luis Williams, they should keep. Have him back up DeMar DeRozan or. And the other thing is, if they supposedly get Westbrook, right, and they really like Jordan Clarkson, right, is Westbrook willing to play the 2? Is he honestly willing to play the 2? Because if he is, it would be Clarkson, him, and then supposedly a pipe dream, they get DeMar DeRozan and Westbrook in the next 2 years. Is it going to be okay with a small lineup like Clarkson, Westbrook, or he's 6'5", but Westbrook has a better shot than him. Okay, just saying, Clarkson, Westbrook, DeRozan, Julius Randle, and then whatever their center is. Or scratch that, Westbrook, Clarkson backs him up, DeRozan, whoever your 3 is, Julius Randle, whoever your 5 is. This team has not as much leverage as other teams, but they have leverage, especially at that second pick overall. They could honestly do whatever with that pick. They can trade themselves and they can trade him possibly for a guy like Paul George. They could trade DAngelo Russell and a second pick and possibly a second rounder for Paul George. They could, honestly, but then free agency, who wants to go there? I don't know who wants to go there. Maybe Westbrook. Or if Durant does leave, does Westbrook even want to go to LA, or does he want to make his own thing up in OKC? Okay, scratch that. If that does happen, if he does want to stay, then who was the other option? DeMar DeRozan? DeMar DeRozan is going to be going through the same thing he went in Toronto, except Lakers going to have a little bit more of an advantage over Raptors because they do have the second pick overall. They could get a player that can play with them. They do have a decent 4 as Julius Randle. If he doesn't have any injuries, he could be a good player. But what else? That's the problem I'm having. I'm trying to process that. What else could honestly help him out? DeMar DeRozan. The Lakers has to make a move. The money can be beautiful, the city can be beautiful, but DeMar DeRozan wants to win. And I don't know, maybe the Lakers could be that winning team in the next few years, but right now, at this moment, looking at it right now, not knowing what could happen, could DeMar DeRozan actually enter LA and be satisfied and hope and pray that Jim Buss gives them another player to make something happen? I don't know, because I like Kyle Lowry. He's a great player. And then Valanciunas, whatever his name is, the center. They have a good squad up in Toronto. It's just they got beat by the Cavs. They're getting closer and closer every year. And in the West, honestly, what is there? You're going against as Steph Curry and the Warriors, San Antonio Spurs, who's going to be relevant for an extra few years, no matter the big 3, the old big 3 being gone or not. They have Kawhi Leonard and LaMarcus Aldridge, and then whatever players they have behind that, I will be talking about them later. You have the West, who is dominant. You have, which is crazy, the Sacramento Kings trying to make something happen. You have every team in the West wanting to do something. The reason why I bring up the Kings, because the Kings, even though they lose, they always want to try to be relevant, which they're not. But everybody in the West wants to make something happen. On the East Coast, you have a few teams that are just like, fuck it. We're not going to make anything happen on the East Coast. Even though it's somewhat easy right now to get in the East, but it is getting tougher. That's what I'm saying. Teams who are in the East, they need to make something happen if they want to get in the playoffs for next year, because it is going to be stronger and better. Durant won't go to LA. I don't believe so. So what else is there? I think the Lakers might be in rebuild for a few years, because one of the greatest players to ever play the game, possibly behind or possibly in the top 10 ever play. And then for shooting, I can't even say that because there's so many great players. For shooting guards, guards, possibly the second best to ever play, Allen Iverson maybe being right behind him or whatever, but or even shooting guard, second best behind Michael ever. They can't just continue off of that. When Magic Johnson and them left, they had, I think, a few years of not doing anything, and then Kobe Bryant, Shaq just landed in their hands, and Vlade Divac and so on, and Robert Horry and all that. Kobe Bryant's going to be gone. They need to understand that it might be rebuild time for a year or so, but it matters if DeMar DeRozan wants to go to LA or not. It's all up to that. But one player's not gonna change all this. We will see though. But anything can happen. Honestly, how much I've been hearing, that might be a trade. A second pick of the draft might be a trade pick. It probably won't. They probably not even choose a player. They might use it a trade and then use free agency to pick up and make a new big three, like how what Kobe Bryant did when he got Paul Gasol and no, what's his name? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry guys. The center that played with the Lakers, Andrew Bynum, I think he got drafted, I think. But like Paul Gasol, them just adding him for their big three. See, they can do. The Lakers have leverage, but I think they're looking at it as a free agency. I don't think they're looking at it as let's draft a player and build him to be the next big guy, the next Magic Kobe Bryant era. Let's make an era with him. I don't know if they're looking at that right now. I think they're possibly going to just free agency and trade. That's my honest opinion. I think that might be the best thing for them, or rebuild. Draft a player, start over for a year or two, develop the kid, and if he's really that good, and people and players see that, because the next few years there's going to be a lot of free agents, because that's when the real money comes in with the expansion of the cap. So then LA can really do something, but it's all up to what Jim Buss wants to do. In my opinion, I don't know. This is a hard decision for them, because this honestly determines if they're gonna continue to suck, or they're gonna at least suck with promise. You know what I mean? So there you go, guys. Thank you for listening. That's the Lakers, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or anything, comment. And for all you Laker fans, good luck. Good luck with this draft. Hopefully your dreams, maybe they're pipe dreams, because a lot of Laker fans like to do that. Hopefully they might come true, because I hate seeing it. I don't care if I'm a Celtic fan or not. I don't like seeing organizations just giving up, like my first video of the 76ers. I hate seeing that. So I'm hoping you guys, because honestly it was beautiful when it was the Celtics versus the Lakers era, when it happened back in 08. That's when it was nice. Now I miss watching that. That's when it's glory days. Think about it. Lakers, Jerry West, Bill Russell. Beautiful watching those basketball games. I've seen a few of them. I was able to see on YouTube and so on. Then you have Showtime Lakers, Larry Bird, Celtics. Beautiful watching them going at it. Now, then there was Kobe Bryant and Paul Pierce going at it. That's what I'm hoping for the next few years, because basketball's changing, and it would be nice to see the Lakers and Celtics go back at it again. But we'll see. Thank you for listening, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.